through the phone, it doesn't come out the best way. So I come to you from an overgrown backyard on another rainy day in Pennsylvania. I can't control the weather, and I don't plan on trying to learn how to. I got a few things to update us with. One, you should be watching this on a brand new YouTube channel. No more using this on my old personal account that I've had since high school. Decided to make myself a dedicated channel just for this shit that I'm making here. So that should be a nice feature. I don't know. You tell me in the fucking comments. On other news, I'm down a MacBook right now. I've had it for 2 weeks, and it's suffering from MacBook's Retina, what do they call it? The anti-glare delamination. So I noticed that it was suffering that on Wednesday when I was outdoors doing a webinar for a few days, and it was driving me nuts. Luckily, it's under warranty. Dropped it off at the Apple Store yesterday. I should be having it back next Friday. Most video editing is going to be done on the phone, although this is really going to be the only video that I'm going to plan on editing on the phone, because I really like the way that the computer handles exporting and the quality that I get from it instead of using a phone. It just looks a lot better. Updated my Kayak mount, which you're about to see, and my bicycle mount. I didn't like having the bicycle mount on the handlebars. One, a hazard if I fell. Two, just clunky. I didn't like the way the footage looked boring. So you're going to see how that looks in a bit. And then last week I took some footage on the Kayak for the first time when I finished making my mounts for that, and it was too close to the gunnels of the boat. So all you were seeing was dashboard and nothing with the river. It was hard to focus on stuff. I didn't like it at all. In fact, I didn't like it so much that I barely edited any footage from that when I did have the laptop, just because of how annoying and how I just did not like the look of it. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, when I go on another trip, the elevation, the riser that I added to it should help a lot with the final product. So I'm really hoping that looks a lot better. I got some new parts for the camera, just chargers and batteries. But I'm working on 2 cases, so to say. I got a Plano case so I can keep everything watertight inside the boat, which is just right next to me, by the way. I'll add some foam core to that and try and hold things in certain places. I got a lot of batteries that are rattling around in there. I also am repurposing an old Valtra. It's a bong case. There's no other way to split it. It's for holding your bong. So I'm taking it apart and I'm getting some nice closed-cell foam showing up on Wednesday. A few more camera parts. That's never going to end, apparently. I'm going to set it up for storing this. It's permanent home for when it's in storage for everything that I have with the camera now. Hopefully stuff in the future. And also in the future, I do plan on buying a second one of these with the Leica lens on it. A lot of my things that happen take place at night, and that 1-inch sensor is going to be a big game changer for trying to video that stuff in the dark. I do have a Ulanzi aluminum, what do they call them? Case, bumper, shroud for the camera. That's going to be going on the mountain bike to start. I'm a little worried for incidents with that in this plastic case that you have here. So I replaced the plastic one that I had on the bike originally, and I put on an aluminum one. Aluminum. That should work a lot better. I'm hoping so, but only time will tell. That's coming also next week. So let's take a look at these camera mounts that I've made here. So up front here, I took one of the mounting supports from the dashboard here. There's 3 of them. They're already 1/4-20. All I did was add a stainless steel threaded rod to it, brought it up, put a standard GoPro to 1/4-20 adapter on there. And that's how I ran it with the footage that I hated. It was down here, the camera sat about up here, and all you saw was just this. You didn't see any water. Yeah, you could see around, but this got in the way a lot. So I bought one of those cheap Amazon kits right before I even got the camera, and this came with it. And it's nice. I mean, I could with the frame on here. It sits up here. I can move it up. Today I tried it with doing stand-up on the stand-up pads. doing stand-up on the stand-up pads because I did break my chair today, which we're about to see that get repaired. But it was nice because when you're standing up here, the camera can look up at you, look around and everything. So it articulates a bit. But if anyone has any good ideas for me, because it does have some wobble to it. I don't like that. Luckily, the camera's got some really good stabilization on it, so it's not too bad. But I would like something a little firmer. I'm quite partial to the fact that I've made the bicycle mount. What's up, buddy? Hey, you better get out of there because you're going to be drowning tomorrow. But I do like the fact that I'm using aluminum in my mounts these days. It feels a lot safer. It feels like my investment in this camera is being protected a lot more. So if you have some recommendations on either using 1/4 grip hardware or maybe just aluminum GoPro mounts, that would be very much appreciated if someone wants to say something about that. I'm pretty new in this. I have a friend that does a lot of rigging and stuff like that with cameras professionally, but I can't always be bothering him for this small game type kind of stuff. So let's move on here. Let's check out this mount on the bike. It used to be up here, and I had the plastic one up here. I wasn't feeling good on plastic, so I bought an aluminum one, had it up here, did some footage. I actually never even looked at the footage yet. It's on the laptop, but I got so pissed off with how it looked on the Kayak mount, I just didn't go forward with all of the footage that I had. So it was originally up here, but recently I moved it down to the top of the tubes for the fork. Normally forks, they don't actually compress all the way up to here. So I figured it'd be a safe idea. Plus, I'm not really hitting big trails with this. Actually, I leave this fork locked out all the time because I'm just riding on the towpath for right now. I do have bigger plans for this bicycle. Nothing too big. This bike wasn't bought as a free ride bike. It will be capable of good trails, but I have other bicycles for that. I've always have. This was a town bike, a trail bike. Get me from point A to point B on the towpath bike. It's gonna suit well for that. But I'm hoping that the shots out of here look pretty good. You get the entire side of the bike. You can see everything in front of you. You can see me. You can see the wheel action, which is pretty cool. I made some small footage today of that.
I could be a soldier, go out there and fight to save this life. Be a people soldier, paramilitary, gun in hand. I won't be a soldier, I won't take no orders from no one. Stop the fucking armies till it isn't my idea of fun. And they wanna waste my life, they wanna waste my time, they wanna waste my life, and they stole it.
I liked it a lot. I think we're going to focus on my seat next. That's a pretty bum subject right now because that happened today. So this is the seat that goes in my Bonafide EX123. It's a fantastic seat except for one horrible design on it that I've noticed so far. It uses these straps on the side, and they just go to these bolts here that have this little nylon washer in it, but that just was not big enough to keep the nylon webbing from just tearing through it. Well, I'm paddling pretty heavy today. I popped this piece out. Seems like the strap for my chair is broken. That's too small of a washer. That's way too small of a washer. So, good old trip to the depot. Got some stainless steel hardware, and we're going to upsize those washers. I'm going to rebuild this right now.
Isolation, no need to trip. It makes me feel so good, I wanna let it rip. Can't quit that thirst, I wanna
few updates, a few changes. I'm hoping to make some better footage. Learning as I go along. Like I said earlier, I'm definitely not a professional at this. I'm a motherfucking chimney sweep. I just want to do this for a hobby. Over the years, I haven't been taking pictures or videos of the interesting and cool stuff, at least in my opinion, things that I do. And this video specifically is going to go out to my uncle, or if you haven't noticed, I'm a bit tan, my Tio Bobby. He's been on a ventilator for a long time. We're still during COVID. He was someone who actually caught it. He got very, very sick. The doctors told my family that he might be a case where we have to make arrangements. But as of last week, it was off the ventilator. He came to out of his sedation. He's he's not talking, but he's responsive. He's making hand movements. He's making gestures, eye contact. He had a few Zoom meetings with the family so far. And to my cousin, she's been joking about him and tequila. And tequila, well, it's one of my favorite drinks in the world. And it's springtime. It's always my spring and summertime drink. So this one's to you, Tia.